To all the Imvarch techs out there and everyone else joining, I'd like to welcome everyone to this week's Imvarch Weekly Wednesday. Coming to you from VR in the Imvarch VR office. So, happy to welcome everyone along. Want to go ahead and just talk about a few things for this week. First and foremost, I want to go ahead and touch on the Imvarch tech a little bit. So, talking about Imv4. So, Imv4 Protocol is the protocol in a nutshell that has to do with IP tokenization, minting of files, creation of IP sets, IP tokens, sub-assets, etc. And I just want to say that we are coming to the, I guess, the close of developments for the most part in regard to the Imv4 protocol. So getting ready to sort of put a bow on that package, so to speak. So we're excited for that. At which point, going to be moving on to OSIF protocol, on-chain innovation funding. So talking about IP staking, IP farming, and IP donations. So really excited about all of that. And then, at the end, wrapping up getting the XDA protocol for cross-chain authentication. So we did have our poll on Twitter, reaching out to the community regarding their thoughts on a Kusama Canary Network parachain, which makes this kind of awkward because the support for Kusama was pretty overwhelming. I believe it was 92 or 95%. However, we understand the community's excitement for such an endeavor. However, the cost, the strain on the dev team, the resources and dedication towards setting up, having organization around the, permanently maintaining not just one but two individual chains. It's something that made tremendous sense. The way that we see it made tremendous sense for initial parachain projects. Made absolute sense. However, at least for Imvarch, and especially with the creation of tech such as XCA or XCM over bridges, which is cross consensus messaging over bridges, coming out in the future, it doesn't make absolute sense for Imvarch, for the project, to expend those resources towards such an endeavor. That being said, we wanted to get the community's input just to see where that realm is. However, we still can't justify it. So we know there'll probably be plenty handful of individuals that would have rather liked to see Tinker go on to to become a Kusama Canary Network, a Kusama parachain one day. However, we are announcing that we are going to be sticking with the path of just having Tinker be a permanent, having it be a unincentivized testnet, not on the Kusama relay chain. Just having it at first through until the Imvarch main is launched. It'll be released in different phases, available for individuals to participate in the testnet, and ultimately, we will be having a permanent unincentivized Tinker testnet being released for developers. However, again, just stressing the fact that we don't want it to seem like we had the poll just to be dismissive. We did want to get the community's feedback to see where things were with that, which does kind of make this decision a bit awkward. However, it makes the most efficient sense for the project, for the team, and also just for the finances of everything. And yes, we could go on to raise money for that project or give out tokens and things like that. But as we've seen as a lot of individuals have seen with many Kusama projects, they, not all, and non-specific that I'm mentioning, but there's been some struggle when it comes to maintaining that economy in tandem with another economy. And while they're closer related, there still is that stress and that strain, and it's just something that we're looking to avoid, at least at this current point in time. So, with all that being said, I want to go ahead and touch on the fact of what individuals can expect regarding Tinker. So, when we have our first launch of the Tinker testnet, individuals will be able to anticipate IP sets. So having IP set and IP file minting, they'll be able to mint their files, create IP sets, put IP sets into other IP sets, so have IP subsets, so to speak. IP set replication, so the ability to replicate IP file, IP sets, and have those replications linked, so that it's just a way of tracking individual files. So think about forking a repository. Very, very similar idea there. And we're going to have basic IPT and multi-sig functionality, as well as basic smart IP functionality. And the reason we say basic is because some things that we're still working on finalizing now, these features are going to be much, much more expansive, much more powerful in the future, in the near future. What do I mean by that? I mean, so right here, individuals, what they won't get to experience just yet is sub assets, something that we're going to be explaining more to the community in the very near future through a series of articles. But sub assets are, so to speak, so you have let's say you have your IP sets with its IP files and linked to that, so you have your IP tokens. But then imagine you also, and let's say you have a million ERC or style type of tokens, and that we're all very, very used to. But then let's say you also have tier 2 assets that are also linked to the IP set, and say there's 50 of them that give, let's say, different administrative rights over the IP set, or someone, whatever the developer's use case may be for a certain application. However, that type of more expansive functionality is something that won't be during the first round of the testnet, but definitely during next round, absolutely. And regarding smart IP functionality, so smart IP is the ability for smart IP files to own themselves. Now, in the future, we're going to have the IPVM, which is the intellectual property or IP virtual machine. IPVM is going to be same thing. Yeah, smart IP having IP, owning IP, but the ability for function calls to take place on IP, for IP to call functions on other IP, and so forth. So creating, obviously a decentralized stack environment for IP for IP files, IP sets, things of that nature. So that'll be very exciting. But this is what individuals can anticipate coming up, what they're going to be able to check out, what they're going to be able to test out. Hopefully, we invite everyone to try and break it to the best of their abilities. That's so we bring out any issues so we can get to working on all those. We want everyone to have a fun experience and really test everything out and just have fun with it all. And our target date right now that we're looking at, so the date that we're going to be launching the Tinker testnet is March 25th. Looking to run it from March 25th through the 31st. So very, very excited about that. The whole team, we're very excited about that. More information to come. And with that, I want to go ahead and just touch over here on the calendar that I have up on the board. I just go over a few upcoming things that the community can anticipate. So first and foremost, and very excitingly, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Imvarch AMA. Find us on Twitter. It'll be really, really awesome. If you haven't already seen the link, go ahead, go to check out at Imvarch Network on Twitter. Go ahead and find us. You'll be able to find some more information regarding the AMA. Looking to hopefully answer a lot of really awesome questions. We always do. So invite everyone to come check us out. Really excited to answer some questions. Come talk with the team. Come come hang out. It'll be a great time. Looking beyond that, we're going to be starting a kind of like an education series of articles to kind of go in, start to explain and expand upon InvArch technology because the project is so expansive. It has the ability to touch into numerous sectors, and not just vaguely. It's not I mean, it has the ability to absolutely disrupt in major, positive, amazing ways many industries, many sectors. But with it being so expansive, sometimes it helps to bring things back down and explain things to everyone. So that way everyone can fully understand each segment of the network, all the different protocols, and the full power behind InvArch. And that's exactly what we're going to be aiming to doing. We'll be kicking that off with an article on IP storage, so explaining exactly how your IP is stored on InvArch and going through that process of protection. Then we'll be following up for this month. We'll also have another article on IPTs and sub-assets, as I mentioned, preluded to earlier. And we'll also, near the end of the month, be having an article on licensing as well. So it'll be very exciting. Looking to release those to the community. Hopefully, get some good information out there. Just get everyone as well versed with InvArch terminology and tech as possible, and the power of the protocol. On the 22nd, see here we have the InvArch Embassy Initiative looking to initiate the overhaul of the ambassador program, as we had mentioned last week, focusing on revamping everything to focus on the use cases and power and promoting the abilities and the features of InvArch, promoting that to the world, but also fostering a global community around InvArch that's borderless and, again, just focused on the power and potential of the protocol. So looking to kick that off on the 22nd, and we're going to be rolling out more information directly with the community, likely via Discord over the next coming days or coming 1 to 2 weeks. And as I mentioned, we have the Tinker test nets on the 25th, looking to launch right there, and we will have that running all the way through till the end of the month. So very exciting. We have a lot of things going on, a lot of things coming up. Things are definitely getting busy. Team is looking to expand even more. We're going to be having some more content, actually an entire page out of the site with positions and opportunities coming up. So very excited. We got a lot going on. Things are moving fast. Wow. It's really, really awesome, everything that's been going on. A lot of the team kind of just been like heads down, low, just working, focusing on everything that needs to get done, focusing on the substance, on actually the power of the protocol, and making it as feature proof, as intuitive, as revolutionary as possible, really. So we're really excited, and we hope that I personally hope that you enjoyed the InvArch Weekly Update, this InvArch Weekly Wednesday. Uh, Appreciate everyone who tuned in, and we're looking forward to bringing some awesome information to everyone in the next coming days and weeks. And don't forget, looking forward to talking to everyone tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the InvArch AMA. So make sure you check it out. Thank you.